Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Sonny. Sonny is pretty much just not doing the male species any favors at all. So he goes to Charlie's and, he gives her some flowers and stuff like that, because of Lenny and everything like that. So they talk about him for a little bit and then, they talk about Carly. And I'm going to be honest, with situations like this, there's always three sides. There's his, there's hers, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. But I'm going to be honest, Sonny just had his own version of what happened. Even up to the point where, you know, um, he's talking to Phyllis and he's like, oh, she came in a little bit late and I thought it was all over. And so let me get this straight. Phyllis literally sat there and said, well, did she come? Well, yeah, but she was a little late, and I guess that was a no no. That was a sin. You couldn't be there when he wanted you, when you wanted her there, so you decided to sit there and just have sex with her. That just gave you carte blanche. Like I'm gonna be honest, I just sat there and just looked at this whole thing, and I'm like, Sonny, part of me was speechless, and the other part of me was like, bro, are you kidding me? And I did love how Phyllis called him out on his BS, just as far as Sonny not being honest. I mean, hell, she was like, did you tell Carly about you being off your meds? Did you tell her about the fact that Nina helped you? Well, no, I didn't. But, but what? But what? Bro, there's no version. There's no the problem with this whole thing is that there's no version where he's actually in the right. That's the problem with this whole thing. I can't even sit there and say, but Carly did, and she did, because at the end of the day, bro, you told her, well, you practically gave her an ultimatum to come to you at on a haunted star at such and such time. Even though Carly literally said, I need time, I need space, I'm not about, grand gestures. I'm not doing that. So to be honest, she didn't have to come there at all. But she did because Drew was like, throw him a lifeline or something like that. So she finally decides to come over there, and you're having sex with Nina. Like, are you kidding me? And in some odd reason, for some odd reason, he still feels like he's justified. And I think that's the part that just blows me. Um, he does find out because apparently they have a shared calendar that she is going to be meeting a divorce lawyer. Um, and he's all pissed off about that. Like, oh well, it hasn't even really been that long. And it's like, bro, you literally had sex with another woman. Okay, you literally had sex with another woman, and you're upset with her because she decided to call a divorce lawyer. Oh, because she's doing it too soon. Oh, let me guess. She's supposed to wait on your schedule, right? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. And with Sam, because Sam came by, Carly's place or whatever, and Carly told Sam, what happened as far as Sonny deciding to have sex with Nina. And at this point, she was like, "Yo, I'm done. I'm getting divorced. It's a wrap." And she practically like she's doing it tomorrow, like as far as she's talking to the lawyer. And Sam was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Is she sure she wants to do this?" Did you not just hear the part where she said that Sonny was literally having sex with Nina? Are you sure she wants to? I don't know what to say about that. And honestly, tell you the truth, I felt like if the situation was reversed, wouldn't you want to do that? Listen, I get for some people that maybe cheating, they're cheating, could be forgiven, and I'm not exactly one of them. But it wasn't just the cheating. This was the fact that Sonny came back and was lying to her since jump. Okay, and she only found out about it because of the court thing. Um, and at that point, she wanted time and she wanted space to sit there and deal with her emotions. And what does Sonny do? Sonny does the exact opposite. And then he cheats on her. So when she was just like, "Are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure, you can sit there and just think about it, I mean, once you do it, it's done. It was done." And even Carly was like, "It was done when I walked in and I saw Sonny having sex with Nina." And she just stands there and looks like, I thought it was black and white. I literally did. I don't understand what part of that. Okay, I'm done because I can't believe she actually stood there like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Well, you could just talk to the lawyer and see what happens. You don't have to make any decisions. Like, no, the decision was already made. Sonny made that decision. Okay, I don't. I no, I can't. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, when Sonny found out about Carly seeing the divorce lawyer, I was like, "Bro, how is that possible?" I was like, "What are you spying on? You got spies everywhere." At first, for a good minute, I was like, "Bro, are you kidding me?" But then, they talked about the share calendar, so which is kind of odd because um, Sam was like, if Sonny finds out, it could be the end. If he gets wind of this. And I remember Sonny they talking about, oh, she must have got it confused or whatever. But I'm like, Carly, you put this on your calendar as far as meeting a divorce lawyer. You share the same calendar with Sonny. How? It just brings me right back to the fact that Peter was somehow able to find out that Charlotte was at Laura and Kevin's house. I mean, plot, plot. God damn it! I get so annoyed when plot overrides common sense and logic. That just goes out the window because plot. And why is this a part one? I don't understand that. It at the end of the episode it said to be continued. I was like, but every episode is that could be be to be continued. How? Okay. Yay! They got Amy Driscoll in there because why? I remember I saw her face like during the intro of that lazy ass intro that they have now. I was like, okay, and I just knew they were gonna sit there and put her on there. Like, seriously. Um. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really understand what she was there for. I mean, I know that she said she was coming with Chad. They were doing some program or whatever as far as helping veterans out. They were talking to Liz and Finn, and then Liz left to go do something, and Amy was like, "So you and her, you're a thing now, and are you gonna give me the scoop? You're gonna let me know?" It's like, and right when she started doing it, I was like, this was part of the reason why I didn't like her. That busybody, that nosy type thing, I can't. Um, I don't know what the hell is going on with Liz. I really do not know what's going on with Liz. Um, Terry's getting ready for a date. Um, I don't understand why anyone would sit there and literally have an app when you are going on a blind date. You don't know what they look like. I don't get that. Um, I mean, I get the idea of, it's not about beauty, it's not about looks, it's about personality. But let's just be honest. Let's let's just be real, okay? And don't get me wrong, you can sit there and be gorgeous and still be an absolute scumbag. Um, but I just don't understand why she would sit there and choose to go on that app. Anyway, she's getting ready, and they're talking about donating clothes or whatever. And Liz sees her wedding dress, and the wedding dress is like torn up, like it's literally like torn up. Um, and at first she's like, she doesn't know how that happened. She doesn't know how she donated that dress. Why is it torn up like that? And Terry's like, listen, is everything all right? I can cancel my date or whatever. And then she's like, no, I remember I got it back from the laundromat and, I think that's what it was. So no, go on your date or whatever. I'm sitting there thinking, Liz, I have a feeling that you lied to her just so that way she's not to be concerned about you because I don't know what is going on with you. And I'm hearing a lot of stuff in the comment section from some people sitting there talking about that Liz is blacking out and she's just doing things that she can't remember. I mean, first is Franco Studio, now it's the dress. I don't know, but hopefully it doesn't take too long to get to whatever this point is. Um, Trina, Taggart, and Portia. Well, Taggart and Portia are worried about Trina. There's one point where they're talking about Esme, and Taggart has a hard time saying Esme. He's like, Esme, Esme, and they're like, oh, it's French or whatever. And it's like he's not getting it. I was like, I remember that. Good times. Good times of me mispronouncing that chick's name. So my question is, remember a couple months back, like maybe last year, um, and Portia was sitting there telling, well, I guess she thought she was gonna die or whatever, and she started talking about how Trina might be Curtis's daughter and not Taggart's. Are we just gonna sit there and totally forget about that? Like, it didn't even dawn on me until they started having their little family get together, and they're worried about Trina and everything like that, and trying to boost her self confidence. She's sitting there thinking that she's a loser. I was like, no, you're not a loser. You just need to smile more. But I'm just not looking at this whole thing. Like, so we just never gonna revisit that. We're just gonna like sit there and act like it didn't happen. Is this going to be a down the line sort of thing? Is this going to happen like in November? Like, what time frame are we sitting there looking at? Are they just going to sit there and try to retcon it like they did the whole, Nicholas taking out Hayden and, some people that knew apparently forgot? Because that's what I'm sitting there wondering. I'm also sitting there wondering what happened to the other Taggart, but, at this point, I mean, let's be honest. Usually, whenever they have like a temporary cast or whatever, like Lindsay, whatever her name is, they're like, oh, the role of blah 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 is going to be played by, or today is going to be played by so and so. And they used to do that for. Okay, I'm going to be honest. They sit there and call them Dollar Store Taggart, but they didn't even bother to sit there and say that. So I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on with him. I know he has some health issues, so I'm a little kind of concerned about that. But Ava. So Ava finds out when Nina comes by that, Nina and Sonny had sex together. And Ava, when she finds out that Carly walked in on it, Ava was smiling, was smiling ear to ear. She was just loving it. She was just relishing in it. And, Nina wasn't into talking about, oh, I felt bad and, I really messed up their marriage and, I just want him to be happy and I don't mean to cause him so much pain. I'm like, Nina, the problem with everything that you're saying right now is that your actions tell a different story. You are sitting there saying that you're sorry for X, Y, and Z, but there's one point where she talks about how it happened. She's like, well, Sonny felt like his marriage was over because, Carly didn't show up and yada yada. So what? Carly didn't show up. So what? Carly didn't show up. That's just, oh, well, Carly didn't show up today. And so that means that we gotta sit there and, have sex because she didn't show up today. Like, you couldn't wait. You couldn't give like a grace period or anything like that. She keeps trying to act like she doesn't want to be a homewrecker. But everything that she's doing is proving the opposite. And sometimes it gets to a point where like, well, I don't mean to do this, and I don't mean to do that, and I'm just like, you're just you're. I was like, I'm literally losing my patience with it. I'm literally losing my patience because, and it just gets to a point. It's like sometimes even her voice just sounds annoying. It just sounds annoying. No, don't get me wrong. Like I said a couple of days ago, because it's been going on forever. I'm with the whole Sonny and Nina getting together. I mean, I think it's kind of trash the way that they went about getting together, but whatever. Um, I can't. And every time I sit there and talk about how trash it is, about how they're getting together, I always sit there and think about Rafe and Nicole, and I'm like, yep, the audience wanted. I mean, they got what they wanted. It's just like it's like a gift that wasn't really wrapped properly. It's like they didn't even bother to sit there and try to wrap it where it looked like half decent. It was like, here you go, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday. There you go. Like that's like really. But also towards the end, Terry wound up meeting up with Chad. I was wondering, who Terry was gonna sit there and wind up dating. I mean, they've been sitting there talking about that for a while as far as Terry's love interest and stuff like that. I'm at this point where I'm like, could they give Terry something to do? Could they give Terry something to do? Because she's been background, she's been nothing but like Liz's friend and Liz's confidant, which is fine. But I mean, her face is on the title, on the intro. We need you to kind of do some stuff. Um, And this is starting to become a lot like Sean. Remember Sean? Remember how excited people were when Sean was coming back? I remember listening to say, "Oh, my boy Sean is coming back. Yo, it's going to be great." And then he came back and he started doing the whole Naomi Dreyfus thing or whatever, like investigating. It was like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. And then it didn't go anywhere. I'm like, all right, so glad we was investing in that. And it seems like you guys are at a stalemate with Nicholas. And then after that, he owned a newspaper. And I'm like, all in between that time, he hasn't really done anything except for just show up to work. And I haven't seen him in days, and I actually kind of forgot about him until I'm sitting there talking about Terry. I just want them to give this woman. I want them to give this woman a storyline. Give her something. Towards the end of the episode, Finn comes in there. Apparently, this is also Valentine's Day is also Franco and Liz's anniversary. But, she throws out the dress and, she doesn't really sit there and say anything about it with Finn. And she asks him, let's just do something quiet or whatever, like a dinner. And they decide to go out on dinner and, the dinner and stuff like that at their house. And I'm just like, so, we're okay. I just hope they don't take too long and they find out what's going on because some of this stuff is just like, certain things take too long and of course, at the end, Nina wound up going to Charlie's bar, to the bar, and runs into Sonny. I'm just looking at this whole thing with Ava, and I'm like, Ava, you keep sitting there trying to goad Nina into being with Sonny because, well, one, this is getting under Carly's skin, and that's always fun. Um, but I'm also just like, you're kind of being a terrible friend. I mean, let's be honest. I don't really understand the whole friendship thing, especially since Nina, from what I understood, tried to take Ava's baby. But whatever, fine. Um, uh, I'm sitting there saying Nina's not being a good friend, but I mean, Ava's not being a good friend, but Nina's not exactly being a good person, so it is what it is. So I'm just wondering, how long is it between the fact that Maxie's going with Peter and today's episode? Because everyone's sitting there talking about how the trails went cold, and we're worried about Maxie, this, that, and the third. The trail went cold, and I'm just like, she hasn't been going that long. Like, so not just saying the trail went cold. It's like, well, I guess we're just considered a missing person, and like they just stopped trying to sit there and look for her or something. But okay, whatever. Anyway, with that being said, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. I hope everyone has a great day, has a great weekend, or great night at this point. Has a great weekend. Have a great Valentine's weekend. If you can't celebrate Valentine's Day on Monday, hopefully you can celebrate it throughout the weekend. And with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.